For those persons who are aligned with and are paying attention to what goes on in the skies, then you would all know that there are a number of planets that revolve around the sun, Earth being the third rock from the sun. There is a planet called Mercury that every planet has a particular set of characteristics and traits. And there is a planet called Mercury who's governed by communication, travel, writing, logistics, yeah? And so when Mercury as a planet is moving forward, then all of those things run smoothly. Now, there are times when Mercury appears. It doesn't actually go retrograde, but because of how the planetary alignments are and how they're moving and the times of year, because Mercury retrogrades happen perhaps about 4 times, 5 times per year. So when that happens, remember, we are all affected by all the planets, just like we are affected by the moon. When the moon is full, our emotions are full, our water levels are a little higher, the tides are higher, everything is higher, okay? So it's the same thing with humans and the planets. Yeah, when we have solar flares, it starts to impact us in terms of our consciousness, our psyche, our charge. Mercury now starts to affect every human in this way where we just become affected in the areas of communication. So there are lots of miscommunications. Missed communication and miscommunication or no communication when we have Mercury retrogrades. With respect to travel, travel is usually just a little bit more tricky. You get the flat tires, you get the flight delays, you get breakdowns of equipment. In fact, Mercury also affects equipment and technology. And so what they say is that equipment is likely to break down, computer crashes are likely, systems are likely to go down. So everything seems to be affected by this Mercury retrograde. So what they recommend is that you make sure that before there is a Mercury retrograde, and it's easy to go online and find out when the Mercury retrogrades are for the entire year, because just like moon cycles or other planetary cycles, there is a schedule. Just like full moons, we know, okay, the full moon is on this date, the new moon is on this date. There are dates for the Mercury retrograde. Go check those out. Yeah. Try as best as you can not to plan too many trips or too many major events or too many major project launches during that period. What they say you can do, because certainly you cannot govern your life by Mercury retrogrades, but what you can do is make sure that you make as many of the preparations as you can prior to the beginning of the Mercury retrograde. What they say, do not sign contracts during the Mercury retrograde. Sign it before, or see if you can stall and sign it after, because that's communication, that's contracts. Yeah, so just wait. People are also, because we're affected, we're also a little bit more tense. We're also a little bit more likely to break contracts and break arrangements that we have made in advance. So the trick is to get those things tidied up, scored away, buy your tickets, buy your equipment, do your servicing before the Mercury retrograde, back up all your files, make sure your systems, your computer systems and backup systems are robust before a Mercury retrograde. Everything gets affected when it comes to the communication, the logistics, the travel, the equipment. Yeah? So that's pretty much what it's all about.
Well, let me hear you say,